Welcome back to the 2012 Indiana Football Signing Day Special. A big day for the Indiana football program, an outstanding class, one of the best in recent memory for this football program. And Coach, you got to like the balance of this class. Some highly touted junior college players who might be able to help right away. Freshmen from elite programs not only in Indiana but across the country, and you fill a lot of needs for your team.
Well, we tried to address a lot, Jeremy, and I think we've got, like you say, some balance, some offense, defense, a few more junior college players maybe than normal, but we're excited about those guys. And again, we've got, I think, some length with our class, some range, some great bodies to work with. But as always, it's what we can do with these guys once we get here. I think the talent we recruited physically is pretty good, but I like the talent of the kid. And I'm not just talking character. I just think the work ethic, the intelligence, the family backgrounds, they're coming from a lot of great winning programs. There's a lot of things about these kids that I think collectively make it a pretty decent class for us.
Nice work by Joel Barron here to start with your favorite of all position groups, the big boys up front. Offensive line, Jacob Bailey, Cathedral High School. You mentioned winning programs. Hard to get better than that. 6'5", 285.
Yeah, Jake's on the state championship team. Great program. We've had some success up there. We're going to keep recruiting our state in this program. You can see him here as right tackle. Jacob here, he's peeling back. You can see the effort. Had him in camp. Very tough, competitive kid. Has been down here quite a lot. Again, at right tackle here. Again, very impressed with their team, their program, and what Coach Strife, those guys do. You can see him finish another guy off there. Jacob will probably be a center or guard type player for us. And he's kind of got enough range to almost be a tackle, but he's in that 6'4" enough range that I think even the guards we got this year, I don't think we got a lot of squatty, short, stubby bodies. You know, he's not maybe overwhelming size to be a true Big Ten tackle. I think he's going to be a big, watch his backside reach, and it's great to see a guy backside finishing a guy off like that. So again, great effort, great kid, great family, and proud to have Jacob with us.
As Coach Hagan would like to say, this is a big human being, and Dimitri Camille.
Yeah, Dimitri, and I had a chance to watch him practice in person. I know his coach real well down there, Corby Meekin, out of Spring Westfield. It's right by the George Bush Airport right there in North Houston. See the effort again. That's a big 6'6", pushing 6'7" kid. I was really impressed with his balance, his ability to dip and stay on his feet like right there and finish the guy off. And he's going to have some development to do with strength to be a great player, but he's got the frame. And again, just loved his family. His dad played college ball at South Carolina State. Mom was a volleyball player, so really like him as a player and a person. And I think he's going to have a great future for us here.
Dan Feeney, offensive lineman from a great program in Illinois.
Yeah, from Carl Sandburg, South Chicago, Orland Park. Had a couple Northwestern players for me from there, great for us. Matter of fact, Pat Fitzgerald, the Northwestern coach, is a Sandburg alum. My guy, Zach Kustak's one of my favorite from there. You can see Dan, very comparable to Jacob, that 6'4" range. We, again, had him in camp. He was awesome, very impressive in person with effort and toughness. Looking to finish him off there after he's got the guy down on the ground there, Jeremy. Again, another guy's probably going to be one of those inside center guard kids at 6'4", 300 pounds.
Wes Rogers, offensive lineman out of Lawrence Central High School in Indianapolis, 6'4", pushing 300 pounds.
Very tough. He's playing left tackle here, but you'll see the bulk of his work. He was actually Trey Roberson's center up there, and of course they're doing a great job at LC. He's playing center right here on the sneak. He'll be on the inside. We think with Jacob Bailey, Dan Feeney, and with Wes Rogers, we've got three young players to have a great group at center and guard. And Wes has played center, assuming he'll probably be at that spot, but he'll be one of those inside guys at center and guard right there.
And playing in a tough conference in Indianapolis against elite competition, going to get better and better. The tight ends, very intriguing, prototypical builds. Tanner Kern, 6'5", 225 pounds.
Tanner's a big receiver, too, out here. You can see he's got a mid-30 vertical, a heck of a basketball player. Another kid we had at camp. You see him on the mesh right here. Catches it very well. Coming in probably about a 218, 20-pound guy. Will be a guy that we're going to need. You can see him here on the edge blocking. Good effort and good finish right here, straining and finishing that block off. But I do think size-wise with his frame, Jeremy, more of an athletic receiver, kind of like a young Ted Bolzer, that will need to get to that 240 range to be the complete player as a blocker as well.
Jason Spriggs, 6'7", 265 pounds from Northern Indiana.
Yeah, you can see him here playing DN, coming in, kind of racking up the option there. Actually played a little bit of offensive tackle this year. We've got a handful of guys in this 6'5", 6'6" range, 240, 50, 60-pound guys that are going to, here you can see him scooping and scoring. Might grow into being an offensive tackle. Played tight end as a junior, a little bit of DN and offensive tackle this year. But what he is you can see right there, quick move on the swat and swim, sacking the quarterback. Just a very athletic, big developmental body. There's about 5 or 6 of those guys when you throw a couple of those DNs in the mix that are, I think, great takes for us. I think they're big, they're long, they're athletic, and I love their potential.
Caleb CORNETT, wide receiver out of Indianapolis. We talked elite programs, hard to get better than Ben Davis.
Correct. And it was great to get a Ben Davis guy in the class, and they got a number of players in the years to come. Coach Kirshner does a great job up there. We had Caleb in camp. Thought he caught it and ran well, very solid. You're going to see a few routes here a little bit short, and don't want to say he's a possession receiver. We had him in person. Believe he runs very, very well. Good change of direction, very smooth, very fluid. And again, just great to have another Indianapolis guy, another Indy guy, and a guy from Ben Davis. We're proud to have him with us here.
Well, and it's a situation, too. There's some depth at that position. He's going to be able to learn from some good guys who are working ahead of him, too.
Hope so, but I think, again, a lot of these guys got the skill set to come and compete like we had a lot of freshmen last year.
Kevin Davis, very intriguing player, Warren Central High School, 5'11", 175. But I'm no scouting expert here, but it looks like he always gets a ton of separation.
Great speed, great speed. It was, it was very recruited by a number of elite programs, committed to us early, had some great offers, was really great in special teams. You can see him on the jet sweep here. A very mature kid mentally, got a great look in his eye, great demeanor in the way he goes about his business, and he's got some speed. And it's evident on tape. I think he'll not only be a nice player for us in the perimeter, getting that downfield separation. You can see him on the takeoff route right there on a little skinny post. I think he'll be a great special team player for us. Blocked a number of kicks for Warren Central. And again, I think a 12-1, 13-1 program, another elite program. So great to have some Warren Central folks with us. We got 2 of them this year.
Yeah, and it's kind of a nice package deal as his brother's coming to town as well, as we'll talk about later.
It's kind of a remarried family and both half brothers, and at the same time both very good and both uniquely different. It was a neat home visit when you went and saw those 2 guys.
Talking about great football families, Cameron Kaufman, quarterback, took his team to the junior college national championship game, and his dad played 10+ years in the NFL. His brother plays for the Bengals.
Another brother just signed with the arena team as a quarterback at Kansas State. Knew of Cameron, the family, because I used to recruit Kansas City. He's out of Ray-Peck High School and recruited that area when I was at Oklahoma. And, of course, this year, at the end of the season here, we had a couple men decide not to come back, so we had a definite need. We're very lucky to get him in where he's here mid-year. And so we've got him with us right now. He's in-house, getting accustomed to our workouts, our offense. You can see he throws the ball well. His intelligence, a very, very, very bright kid. As you said, Jeremy, coming from a football family, I think a winner, and looking forward as we go through spring to get him in the mix with competition for Trey as we move forward.
And I think a lot of people in Indiana don't maybe understand how competitive junior college football is in that section of the country too.
Very much so. You get there in the California area, in those Arizona schools, the athletic skill set's awfully good, and again, their team was very strong. We recruited a number of players from that team, but very fortunate and happy to have Cameron. Here's Nathan SUDFELD, the other quarterback we signed.
Big, tall guy and can run for his size, too.
Very impressed with his athleticism. He is an easy 6'5". He's 215, 18 pounds. Throws it very, very well. He committed early to Arizona. Coach Luttrell had a relationship with him, knew him. With the coaching change, wanted to get a little bit more in a pass style. We've got to make some strides to win now in the passing game. We've got to throw the ball significantly better than we did this past year. And I think both Cameron and Nathan will give us some great competition, great talent, great family. Unique family and their religious upbringing, some things to do in the community. He's a neat kid, so we're excited about Nathan.
One of the crown jewels of this class, TEVIN Coleman, one of the most highly regarded running backs in the country. You can tell Coach McCullough was in a good mood today.
He was. It's been stressful because we've had to battle for this kid with a number of guys. I think a very, very complete player. Reminds me very much of DeMarco Murray that we had at Oklahoma. Very physical in what he does. Nice size and strength. You can see him in special teams. He's a guy that catches the ball well. You can get him out in space, and he can run seam routes and bubble routes. But is a really nice. I think has the size you need to be a great back, but complements it with speed. He's not a big guy that can't run. He's not a fast guy that doesn't have substance. I think he's a quality take, and very excited. Coach McCullough did a phenomenal job recruiting and getting a great. You can see him right there, just catching a little flat route, and now taking a 4-yard play to the house. So again, that's what I think he's a very unique player, very comparable to some kids that we use at Oklahoma. We moved in our offense, and very, very excited about him coming our direction.
And apparently he can long jump over 24 feet and ran the 100 meters in less than 10.5, so that'll always show up at the ballpark.
Yeah, he's a good track kid, good student, great family as well. His father's a minister, as is Nathan's family. There's some unique ties with those 2 kids right there.
Ricky Jones, a player you can use in so many different ways, returning kicks, maybe defensive back, out in the slot.
Really like Ricky as a receiver, very fluid, very smooth. But we've got a need in improving our defensive positions at corner. And I think he had 6 picks this year. So we've got him as an athlete. We'll get him in here and see with competition depth where he really figures out. I think he's open in it to both. But most of these plays at receiver, he's very, very fluid, very smooth. Had a number of great offers, kind of waited around. Some people filled up on him, and we were very excited and fortunate to land him. I think he's coming out of Sarasota Booker High School, a guy that we got in here late that is one of the more skilled kids of our class.
Now moving to the defensive side of the ball, Treg Waters out of Glendale Community College. He's a guy who likes to play physically in that defensive backfield.
Treg's already in school, great student, 3'6", coming out of the JC. You can see right there, good angle. And I like not only the fact of the hip, but the way he popped up after he hit the energy. I believe here he is just coming off the edge, a little outside blitz here, pressuring the quarterback. Runs very well. I've already seen him in our workouts as we've gotten back here after recruiting's over and seen our kids run a few times. Really runs well, carries himself well. Here's a play. I think he's going to come from the backside right there. You can see number 4, and guy kind of breaks out. Nice effort at the end to get in here and rip this ball out and cause a fumble. So nice speed. We need, again, I think he'll be another guy who'll be great in special teams, whether it be coverage and return units. I think he'll give us some great depth and competition that we need to go with Mark Murphy and the hardened guys as we get that safety position shored up as we move forward.
He's a guy who's excited to be here. Dawson FLETCHER now out of Lakota West High School in Westchester, Ohio, 6 foot 190.
Dawson's a guy we had at camp, and I know if you look at some of the services and ratings, doesn't maybe for whatever reason DB sometimes don't maybe show up and maybe not consider as high as some guys, but at camp was probably as impressive or the most impressive kid we had at camp last year, running, jumping, changing direction. I think you see a nice little pick right here. I think he makes a tremendous run back on this one. Father played at Western Michigan. He's got a brother playing at Toledo. Know the coaches at Lakota West very, very well at Cincinnati, and recruited Coach Cox's teams for years. So excited to have Dawson with us. And, he's got we've got him as maybe a safety type, but you watch him run, he might could be a corner when he gets here too. Because he's not so big that he can't run, Jeremy. He's got good speed, but you can see physically he will come up and tackle very well.
And you can never have too much depth in the defensive secondary, and have a guy that versatile can obviously pay dividends down the road.
All the spread sets you're seeing with nickel and dime, I think it's a great play here. Plant and changing direction on the misdirection option, coming back and making a nice physical play at the goal line. I think that's a heck of a deal, showing some intelligence, changing direction, nice physical play there.
Ryan Thompson, defensive back out of the community college ranks as well. What do you see out of him? It looks like he's another physical player who can help out in the run too.
And Ryan's a 10'6", 10'5" guy as well. His dad's a great family. Father's a judge down in the Mississippi court system. You see him running the alley here, showing great speed coming up. Again, Ryan is already in school. Was a heck of a high school student, kind of a soccer guy that didn't play football until his senior year, went the junior college route. And as a kid that really, again, has nice speed. I think he's learning how to play. Nice job right there, filling up there and blowing up that seam route right there. So he's already on campus, Jeremy. We're excited he's here. Much like Treg Waters, will give us some depth in the safety position. I think he's got the speed to be a great special team player. And again, we'll see how things move for him. You can see him scooping up and taking this one to the house.
And Coach Shelby said that the league that he played in down there is a very physical one too. So maybe that learning curve in the Big Ten won't be that steep. So
correct. We're very, very excited. Very excited too about Antonio Marshall. This is actually tape of Antonio as a freshman in junior college, coming up, very physical guy as a corner. Antonio's a guy that we had set to come in, but with his transcript did not have completed what we need to get him in school. So he was set. We thought he was going to be a mid-year player, and actually had him set to be here for January, but he's right now back in his hometown, which is Pitts, Georgia, South Georgia. Great play here. Bang. A lot of explosion.
Nice got anticipation too.
Very good. Watch him coming off the edge here of this block. I think he's one of the best players in this class, and he's got a little bit of academic work to do, but we've got a plan. It's already in place. He's on board. The family's on board. What we got to do to get him eligible, which is not a big deal. We just thought we had a mid-year guy. Jeremy came a little bit short, but we're going to get him here, and he'll be hopefully here for all of our summer sessions, and we'll get him up to speed. And I think you can tell at the corner spot, special teams as well. I think all these guys are going to help us. Even though we've got a lot of guys coming back and a lot of young players, I think you'll see a lot of these guys in the mix on the 2 deep as we move forward.
Moving forward on the defense here, we're going to go to linebacker JACARRI Alexander.
You know, and JACARRI's the guy who played the bulk this year coming off the edge. So he's kind of like a hybrid stand-up defensive end, outside linebacker kind of guy. Has already been here again, has emerged already in our workouts. It's one of the more enthusiastic, natural leaders of our team. We're going to play him. We'll see if he's in the inside or outside spots. Coach Eckler will figure that out. But JACARRI's 240 pounds and can flat out run, and I'm excited to have him here, as is David Cooper, another junior college mid-year player, playing Mike Backer right here. Both these guys are in the mid-240 range. David out of Coffeyville. Originally, David's from Atlanta area, Georgia, and JACARRI's from Winter Haven, Central Florida. But 2 solid junior college linebackers that we need to, again, will be great on not only defense, but also you can tell will be great guys in the special team and coverage and return units.
And talking to the junior college kids, they're all really excited about playing Big Ten football too.
You know, you come out of some of those junior college for a couple of years and you use their locker rooms and their practice facilities. These guys are excited. And I'm going to tell you something. This Jordan WALLACE, another Warren Central, brothers there with Kevin Davis. Again, another quality player, another quality program, another Indiana guy, and a guy that's been with us. And shoot, Jordan's been our ace recruiter, you know, trying to text and Facebook and work all the recruits. You can see him coming off the edge, but very excited and of what Jordan will bring. He's the only high school linebacker we got because we went after a couple of junior college players. Those junior college guys, players, Jeremy, very, very respectful. Heard a lot of great comments on campus, how they've been with the academic and the dorm people. Big Ralph Green.
Huge guy, huge, 320.
Big Ralph called me last night just say he appreciated me, us giving him the opportunity. We needed some size. The first word I tell our team, the first word in Big Ten is big. And Ralph is a big man. Could be an offensive player, but we see him as a 325-pound D tackle. He's actually lost weight to be at 325, and he'll be a big force inside.
Adam Cranda here is a player that Coach Hagan really likes his length and ranginess.
That's Adam right there playing tailback. He's out of Newcastle, another in-state Indiana guy. Could be a DN, could be a tight end. He's playing high school tailback where he's easily pushing 6'5". He's a big 6'4 plus. He's 240 couple pounds. Mentioned already 335, can run. I think you're going to see some range and some speed where you'll see a quality player. He was one of our earliest commitments and was very, very pleased. He's in that group when we're talking about Jason Spriggs. You can see the explosion and the closing speed right there on that one. Kind of playing linebacker, kind of playing tailback. And we see him moving up to either being a defensive end or a tight end. So we're kind of taking the long, big bodies and moving them in to maybe be a little bit more athletic with our big people.
Looking at the Big Ten Conference size is always helpful. Looking at Nick Mangieri here, 6'5", 240, another long, rangy, strong kid.
Very comparable to Adam. Great family. Both those guys are coming out neat families. Nick's, you can see him cracking there as a flexed out receiver. Nick's brother is a long snapper at the University of Nebraska, an athletic family, great family. And, you know, he's playing linebacker here, but again, we project Nick as a defensive end, although he and I both know we think he could be a great tight end, but he's going to be an impacted defensive player. Another guy with his range, his length, his speed, I think will be a valuable special team player. Like I say, I'm very excited about the speed of the small guys, but the length and athleticism of some of our big people. Jeremy's very, very intriguing. I think our coaches did a great job identifying some guys. Justin Rayside.
Very excited about this guy.
Our last junior college guy, DN guy, already on campus. A little smaller, 6'1.5", 6'2", but very explosive, fast off the edge. Good speed, high motor. Was one of the all-league players out there in the Southern California Junior College League. Had a very impactful season. A guy we were on early. And again, with our need at DN, we were very excited. You can watch him here just slap the O-tackle out of the way and have a great sack. I think he'll be a great pass rusher for us.
Alex Todd, defensive lineman out of Ohio, 6'3", 285.
Alex, big barrel-chested, strong guy, much like Ralph Green. Both those high school defensive linemen are going to come in benching this kid here well over 400, and Ralph will be right at 400. So 2 big, strong, 300-pound guys that have, I think, some natural girth and strength to anchor the inside. And even though we got Replogle and Black and Slager back, those guys are getting ready to leave. You got to get that next crowd ready now. So Ralph Green and Alex Todd are 2 big gets for us right here.
Sean Heffern, Carmel High School, another elite program in the state.
This is Carmel going against Ben Davis, it looks like. And I put Sean in that same class with Jason Spriggs, Cranda, Mangieri. Here's a 6'6", 250-pound kid, rangy. Maybe he's a DN, maybe he's a D tackle, maybe he's an O tackle. but an outstanding player. His father was a great player at Notre Dame. And to get another player out of Carmel, someone to give Coach Hagan a little Carmel love on practice every day. But we're very, very excited about Sean Heffern, a great football player, great program. Landed some great in-state kids. And this is one of them right here. He's in, you see that nice little swim move up and under, that explosion right there to get to the cue. Very, very intrigued by Sean Heffern. I think he's a great take.
Speak to your staff, the work that they were able to do to put together this class, one of the most highly regarded Indiana has ever had. It looked like it was kind of a three-front war. You got it done on the junior college ranks, getting quality kids, locked down the state of Indiana, and also did well regionally and nationally.
Yeah, we complimented the region, but to me it always starts one with needs. You try to address them, and I don't know if we got them all answered, but we went after it in a good way. Selfishly, maybe another corner, maybe another D tackle. Maybe not. Maybe another linebacker, maybe. But you're not going to get them all. But I thought our guys competed, and it was a tough fight. I thought our coaches fought for kids. I thought they sold. I really respected, and I think it's a little bit of my lead, the angle we took in recruiting. We didn't get into negative things. We didn't talk about other programs. We talked about what we're trying to build. Very honest that we didn't think our season's close to what we need and want, and we got a lot of work to do. Didn't make any false promises. Come here, you're going to start. But we did a great job of not, Jeremy, just recruiting talent. I think we did a great job recruiting our core values. We sold the values of what we're trying to attract and how we want to build our program and work, doing things the right way, getting the class on time, building leaders, building a football team. And I think we got a lot of guys that meet the physical needs we want, but I think they fit the needs of what we're looking for and the type of kid we want to play ball for us here at IU.
Ready for spring football?
I'm ready for a couple of days of R&R. If it stays 55, we need to get out and play golf this week.
Absolutely.
That's what we need to do. We're going to take we'll give the guys a couple of days to catch up with their families, and then we'll get back next week when we'll have about a 3-week window, starting with some agility work that we do for guys, some preparation work, and we're going to start spring ball March 3rd, Saturday before the Purdue game, and we'll get 3 practices in for spring break. Well, I'm sure we'll get back together before spring ball and talk about the spring calendar. But kids are working hard. They look very good in the weight room. There's a great buzz, and watching them the last couple of days workouts is pretty exciting. We got a lot of work to do, but I love what I'm seeing from our young men.
All right, Coach. Congratulations on the great class.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Jeremy.
All right, I want to thank everybody for joining us today on our Indiana Football Signing Day special.